Thank you, my fellow panelists. I've got the names written on the cheat sheet. Anil Malhotra ji, my industry senior, old friend. We meet every year. Thanks to Mr. Rastogi for getting us all together. Thank you, Anurag. Lovely afternoon, lovely people around. Yatin, my friend, another 25-year-old. So we are definitely much younger than we look, or we are much older than we look, either all. But we all go 25 years plus. Hi, Amitabh, how are you? All friends. Mr. Narayan. Akshat Singhal, congratulations. He just got married 2 months ago. So you want to congratulate. We went for his lovely wedding. Mr. Padma Kumar, how are you, sir? Good to see you. Ajay, UCN Cables, and Satya Prakash Singh from One OTT. So good afternoon, everyone. I think the session is about 45 minutes. Anurag, 1 hour. 45 minutes? Okay, we'll accordingly play that. So since I run a data company myself, I'll start off with some introduction on numbers, on what the market scenario is. Thank you to my team. I've got Vikram Gerald and Ria Mehti right there trying to take pictures. But they put the numbers together. So India, total TV homes are at about 215 million. So 21.5 crore या 22 crore घरों में TV homes है. और cable and satellite is at about 159 million at this point in time. The latest surveys that we've done. So 159 million homes have a cable and satellite connection. उसमें से 159 में से digital cable, जो आपके घर तार आती है, जिसमें connection होता है, that's at about 59 million. Pay DTH, Tata Play, Airtel, all of that adds up to approximately 53 million at this time. Free dish is at 47 million as per estimates done by Chrome DM. So that number is debatable in terms of if you add the number of inactive boxes, but the total comes to 47 million. Now the overlap between digital cable, pay TV and free dish comes to about 62 million, which is the total universe adding up to 215 million cable and satellite, 215 million TV homes, jisme cable and satellite is 159 million. Now the challenge which all my friends on my left and my right, since you're all part of the industry, is the cord cutters. People who have given up cable or cable ki jagah, everything is going over the top, which is through the net. आप सब लोग टीवी आजकल तो मोबाइल पे ही देखते होंगे, news, everything comes on the, even news comes on the mobile, and a lot of news comes from the WhatsApp university also, right? So everything is on over the top. As a result, people are now disconnecting cable, which has now come to about 159 million. But मेरे अनुसार old habits die hard. तो overnight कुछ होने वाला नहीं है. Cable will continue for some time. My first question, which I'll open to all of you, you can pick the mic and answer, is what is your, in your view, the biggest challenge for conventional distribution? Conventional distribution माने distribution happening through a cable, whether it's a DTH or a pay, digital or free dish. What is the biggest challenge for that industry as we speak? So you want to start with Akshat on the extreme left. You don't have to take turns, keep it informal. You can agree to disagree and speak up.
Hello, yeah. So I think so, hello everyone, I'm Akshat from Dangal TV. So I think so the biggest challenge right now in distribution for cord cutters, which are like the top of the pyramid people, is like ease of access. Right now, like it's not easy to like set up a dish TV and everything, and when everything's available online, so they should be like more accessible. Also, the second thing is like the value is not that great. They should like bundle all the services, like good OTT platforms and TV channels at once, and one bundle. I think so that's the way to get top of the pyramid. Also, user experience is a great issue right now. They are improving, but it's not that great. OEMs have better user experience than set-up boxes and all. So if they improve all these things, it would be easier to get top of the pyramid.
Very good. Akshat, you made a very good point. Connection का सबसे बड़ा problem है, because cable हो या DTH हो, कुछ connection लेना पड़ता है. Akshat का कहना, I think it's a very, very good point, Akshat, that instead of doing that, if you are an OTT, you connect immediately. Yatin, you wanted to add? You can all test your mic, because it takes about 1 second to test the mic when you speak. Yes, Yatin.
Hello, can you hear me? Yeah. Hello. So besides the OTT platforms, when we are talking about linear distribution, I think something that was captured by the Joint Secretary Sir as well as TRI earlier, the kind of content being shown on the linear channels leaves a lot to be desired. A lot of content is repetitive. It's the same kind of content that is showing across channels, and people would want a lot of variety. Now that variety is where the OTT platforms are coming in and giving them that choice of seeing different kinds of content. So probably the broadcasters also need to innovate for television, linear television, and bring better content there, so that the linear distribution industry can also cater to the services that the consumer requires.
सत्य प्रकाश, आपका what do you think? What is your view? सबसे बड़ा क्या challenge है?
Hi. Pankaj and everyone, good morning.
Good morning.
So, hope everybody is, it's morning time. So, Pankaj, I think Akshat and Yatin, everybody threw light on this. Most important challenge what we have today in growing the cable TV business, rather than looking at it is declining, because most of the people keep on talking about we are degrowing. So very critical aspects are to look at content, one, because people moving to other, like rather than CATV, people have started talking about CTV, connected TV. Whether it is connected through DTS, connected through internet, connected through linear.
Sorry to cut you, Satya. Connected, जो DTH के through connected नहीं गिना जाएगा. Connected is only through the net.
Only internet.
So DTH is
So,
yeah.
Yeah. So basically, the linear TV is losing just because all these Pankaj. My point was contributors are OTT and connectivity.
ये अक्षत ने बिल्कुल ठीक बोला. Actually point वही है that at the end of the day it is the ease of connection. है ना? Content तो is a common factor. You are getting the same content. I don't think there is a huge amount of content differentiation except for the regulatory bit.
No, I'll give you one example. Recently, we personally had a meeting with, I can take name, JioStar, right? And after considering the MSO's request, they have agreed to restrict YouTube content on JioStar, right? Now, why people are using free content, available content, OTT, going internet, and do we have on cable TV, on linear cable TV, do we have such contents which attracts people to come on this platform and continue? One. Second is, LCOs, local cable operators, are they prepared to challenge these things by upgrading their network, right? So network is another thing. Can he deliver that kind of content?
I got your point, Satya. So at the end of the day, you are talking about bundling more services. Cable operators should move beyond just being a content supplier to maybe bundling broadband.
Correct.
Like हम सबसे ज़्यादा experienced, समझदार और सबसे intelligent मल्होत्रा जी आप बताएं. हाँ, you are the brightest. And also, can I request Satya and Akshat, थोड़ा सा if you, I can see you. Okay, I can't see you. थोड़ा if you move your chair a little forward, then at least I can see you, Satya. हाँ, just bend it a little, give it a little bit of view. Yes, Anil sir.
So we will have to go back slightly in time and understand when this phenomena started. It started with the invent of mobile internet coming into our lives, that too cheap data plans. Till the time you were paying 7,000 rupees or 250 rupees per GB for data, cord cutting was not happening. The moment mobile internet came in your lives and at very cheap prices, you paid 400, our bill have come down from 8,000 to now 400, 500 rupees easily.
Yeah.
So that led the growth. Yes, linear connections are going down. One is they are regulated. And the other type of content which you watch on YouTube, OTT, etc. is not regulated per se. Fortunately or unfortunately, internet can't be restricted. So certain kind of content which linear can't show, the digital screens show. Now, that has also led to cord cutting and behavior changes. People are not happy watching long serials. Today the user-generated content, the short reels, people spend lot of time on that screen. So it's a changing behavior of customer. Linear has been in our life since 1991 when cable TV started. So consumers have also to try the newer form of content and technology. But we think that this is a phenomena which will plateau down after some time. It's not that linear will be finished. After some time, when data prices go up, like they have started going up in mobile. Second, if some form of freedom is given to linear also to show the kind of content which is right now not permitted to be shown, then this phenomena can stop somewhere and linear will survive. Still the cord cutting is happening more on the north side. South side where the content is not available, then we have regulatory issues like free dish. It is competing with linear cable television. And the kind of consumers we have, if they are allowed something for free and for the same services somebody has to pay, like for free-to-air channels, cable operators will charge, but if the government is going to provide the same service free of cost, then of course certain consumers will shift. So that is, when we talk of cord cutting, we only talk of linear cable TV or DTH cord cutting, right?
Absolutely.
So these are the phenomena which have led to it. And I think somewhere some semblance of sanity will come sooner or later. TRI has already recommended that, like my friend was telling us, 45 million as per them DD free dish connections.
47.
Nobody knows.
47.
47. Nobody knows because there is no encryption. So no count can be taken. I have not seen anybody moving from pay TV to free dish, right? Probably it's the people who have bought fresh TV sets, can't afford, they are watching free dish.
Yes.
Our problem is our customer in linear side is shifting to OTT, and that too also, SVOD. Shift is not happening much to SVOD. It is happening to AVOD and free YouTube, Facebook, UGC generated content. That is also taking a lot of your time. Problem is we have an attention span or screen time, what we watch is 5-6 hours. If you watch 5 to 6 hours on a mobile screen, anything, you won't be left with any energy to watch linear television at the end of the day.
हमारी उम्र में तो वैसे भी नहीं बिल्कुल भी, right? After 5-6 years. Before I come to you, Mr. Padma Kumar, we are meeting for the first time.
Yeah.
My question to you is Narayana Pillai Padma Kumar. आपके दोस्त आपको क्या बुलाते हैं? Short form क्या है? इसमें काफी सारे combinations बन
Padma
रहे हैं.
Kumaran. Padma
नारायण,
Kumaran. Narayan भाई.
Padma ji, Kumar साहब, Narayan Pillai. What?
Padma ji will be
Padma?
sufficient. Okay.
Padma ji.
will
Okay.
be sufficient. Okay.
Yes, Padma ji, all yours.
Okay, thank you. First, I am expressing sincere thanks to Avishkar to invite Kerala Vision for this panel discussion. When I come to this hall, I am hearing the speech of joint advisor of TRI. He was praising KCCL. So I am thrilled by hearing that words. He was praising KCCL's achievement in this sector and KCCL's unique business model. So we are operating in a small state of Kerala, but we are the 5th largest MSO in India, having more than 30 lakhs subscriber base. And we are having a broadband companies, KVBL. It is also operating in Kerala alone, but we are the 6th largest ISP in India, having a broadband base of 12 lakhs connections within a short span of time. So definitely what he said is correct. Our business model is very, very unique business model. As the moderator said, the cable TV base has been declining all over India. It is true. And we lost job opportunities. The LCO number has been reduced. And we are striving. Actually, this sector is striving. But when compared to other providers and in all India level statistics, KCCL has achieved a increase in connection base for the last 4 years in cable TV connections. That is mainly because of our policies. The main one is the attractive channel packaging and pricing, which is suitable to customers and also facilitating the operation of our LCOs. Because the LCOs are the promoters of this company. That is the peculiarity of this model. Cable operators are the promoters of this company. So the company's policies will be helpful to cable operators. They are the last mile operators. They are supporting the customer. They are redressing the complaints of the customer effectively. So when we support the LCOs, definitely the business will improve. Moreover, we have converted 50% of our cable base to broadband. That is the main advantage. So the cable operators are able to provide broadband also. So the streaming world, they adapted with the technological disruption and they are providing cable TV and broadband services and they improved their revenue also. So what I am saying is the concept of integrated broadband broadcasting, that will pave the way for future business growth, because everybody should adapt internet, and with this internet they have to retain their cable TV base by improving the viewing, TV viewing experience and also adopting some, these like connected TV promotions, and at the same time they can promote broadband also. That is my brief opinion about these things. Thank you.
It is, I'm very happy to hear that, Padmaji. You are saying you are amongst the top 5 MSOs
Yeah.
at this point in time in the country, and your current base is about 3 million,
Yeah.
30 lakhs, which has grown.
Grown. That
From
is,
what to what?
From,
Since when?
2019 to 2024.
And what was it earlier in 2019?
Because we have our active connection base was 23 like something active. That is.
So your
during
active
that
base is up from
2019
20.
2019, but it is now 27 lakhs.
Which is nice. So 27 lakhs.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll have Vikram, you should have an off chat because we are also auditing your numbers. I don't know what the numbers are,
Yes, sir.
but I'm happy to see because a lot of broadcasters, जितने भी channels हैं, एक subscriber establishment survey होता है every quarter
Yeah.
that my company does.
Okay.
The company that I'm part of, you all do. So उसमें 2019 to 20 anyway there was, the numbers were going up.
Yeah.
लेकिन जो last 2 years में है, there has been a decline.
No, no.
Right.
Last
But if you have gone up, I mean, we can exchange notes, but we'll definitely share that
I
with
will
you.
explain what is the
I'm not
reason
disagreeing,
behind
but
this.
I'm
I
with
can
you.
explain,
I'm
no
agreeing
problem,
with you.
sir.
I'll eat lunch also with you.
Okay, you can
But-
verify the data also.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm saying we'll still like to have that offline because it is good to hear some operators growing in this scenario, which is, I think, a very good news. Right?
But I am accepting that all India level there is steep fall in the connection base.
Yeah, it's at about 159 million.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. But there's a lot to learn from you since you are growing while the others are all degrowing, right? So I'll go to Ajay. Ajay Khamankar, sorry, we are meeting for the first time, Ajay, right? So I'm part of a data company. What is your view on the biggest challenges that, the same question that all of them had answered. So if you have a view, if it's already been answered, I can move to the next question.
Hello, good morning. I do agree with all the fellow panelists and would like to add that few things. Now the technology is also there and we have to coexist with all the technology. We can't stop that. So we have to live with that. So my suggestion is that we have to become a solution provider to the customer, from service provider to solution provider, so that we are all connected with LCO and LCO is connected with all the operators. That is our strength. So we have to utilize our strength and we have to start giving all the multiple services from the single point. So its basic concept is to provide multiple services from the single point. So if customer asks for the linear TV, we will already giving it. Broadband, we are also giving it. And for the IPTV, OTT, we are also all the giving to the operators and operators giving to customers. So customer, whatever they ask, we can provide to them and remain in the business, and it's up to the customer that what they ask, we will able to provide them. It's like that.
Good, good. So before I move to my second point on connected TVs, which is very interesting, which is not the future, which is the present to a great extent. Ajay ji, smaller MSOs like UCN, right? You're operating in smaller but denser pockets,
Yeah.
right? How are you coping with, if I can use the right word, declining ARPUs? It's getting more and more competitive, right? So how do you cope up with that?
Yeah, declining ARPU is our biggest challenge, but we would like to offer the combo packages to the customer, so the ARPU can be compensated by giving the other services. So by giving this, we can able to hold the customers, and we can sustain in the market.
Fair point. Okay, so let's move to,
Just a second.
I've got some,
Before
you
you
want to
move
add,
to-
Akshat?
Before you move to another question, there's one more opportunity where MSOs can like increase is like bottom of the pyramid. So basically, earlier 5 years ago, free TV did not have as quality content as like pay TV, but now even free TV content is as similar as pay TV. So by making free bundles, they can actually go to the bottom of pyramid where the TV dark homes are, and with the help of government schemes, they can actually enter the market where like TV sets are still not there.
Akshat, by free TV content and pay TV content, you are saying content that's available on Tata Sky versus Free Dish?
No, no, no. So basically, they don't want. So the prices are getting higher and higher day by day. And like, if they make the bundles free by packaging free TV, right? And now the content in free TV is also like as good as like, for example, our channel and Star Plus, right? Like the content is now like as similar in both the channels. Dangal TV has the similar content as Star Plus, but Star Plus is taking money for the same content that we are providing. So that way, they can bundle free channels together and offer it to the
Yeah.
low of the pyramid.
No, but that probably, and your father would be happy to hear that, that probably answers why you are India's #1 channel, right, Dangal?
Yeah,
Ahead
yeah,
of Plus, because
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
reaching a bigger number,
Reaching a bigger
right? I hope someone recorded this. Please send this to Manish Singhal, right? Akshat and I had a very nice conversation. This was a free plug-in. I'll move into my next question. Yatin is smiling. I'll go to connected TV. So connected TV's definition, very simple. That is connected through the net, right? So whether you're connected internally or you are connected externally, every TV that is sold practically today is connected. आजकल कोई TV खरीदता ही नहीं है जिसमें connection का option ना हो या pre-connected ना हो. So those are all connected TVs. As per the latest Chrome subscriber establishment survey, the connected TV numbers are at a staggering 94 million. Okay, so a lot of other people, KPMG and other research agency quote a much lesser number because they are referring to high frequency usage, right? So the high frequency usage of people who access a connected TV at least once in a week is 41 million. But the total capability today is 94 million connected TVs. And again, if I want to get into brands, needless to say, the market leader stands with Samsung in India at about 16% market share. Xiaomi offers 170 fast channels. So this market is now exploding. तो आपके जो competitor हैं अनिल जी केबल बिजनेस में, जैसे आप पहले सिटी केबल में थे या KCCL या UCN, your competitors are no longer each other. Your competitor is Samsung. Correct? So the OEM guys are now becoming your competitors. So how difficult, how easy, how good, bad, ugly is that? I'll start off with Anil Malhotra ji on how the entire landscape is changing now.
When we talk of connected TVs, we actually talk of smart TVs, right? They need broadband to be connected, and with broadband only the content will come. Challenge is they are right now in a gray area. Why? Because they are not registered anywhere, they don't have a license. They are akin to platforms. Like in India, a broadcaster can provide content only to 4 registered platforms, which is DTH, HITS, IPTV and MSOs, right? They have taken no license and they operate in a gray area. Tomorrow, how would they be controlled? Say there are 500, 5,000 channels start beaming on internet through connected TVs. Now this is a very dangerous phenomenon. Tomorrow I may go to Singapore and buy a connected TV on which there is a preloaded PTV installed. Now government doesn't allow you to do that and watch it in India on the registered platforms. Tomorrow any kind of content can come on these platforms. Now it is the established players. When the smaller players get into their act, they will upload anything and everything. We have raised this with government that how can you allow a non-registered platform to exist and flourish? On top of that, they are collecting advertisement. On top of that, they are bundling it because connected TV is coming with a price of content bundled into the hardware, which again should not be allowed. Now these issues already have been taken note by TRAI and they have referred it to MIB in the last consultation paper that government need to have a serious look into it. You can't have a free for all for one sector and control the other sector via regulations. So this is a dangerous phenomenon and I think as an industry, we should first of all, before promoting it, before jumping into the bandwagon and putting our channels on this, have to see whether it is following, because they have, this is a recent phenomenon they have come in. So today, I may have a DTH connection, but my TV is smart enough. It can, and another problem is, the channels which are coming under no definition. Because OTT is under forbearance. They are akin to IPTV. The moment you switch on that connected TV, there are preloaded channels coming on the screen. This cannot be permitted under the regulations or license conditions of Government of India. Now, I think as we have strongly taken it up. Of course, when it comes to channels, they see a business model in it. And the industry reports are indicating that one day all old TV sets will be replaced by smart TV. Then what we are saying is that all the TV sector will be finished, all the distribution platform will get finished, and only connected TVs will survive. Because if all the channels are preloaded, they are given to the customer free of cost, who will buy premium subscription.
Absolutely, that's a big, big challenge. What actually worries me, and I've had this discussion with people from the OTT sector, so I don't want to name the mothership that runs it, but a lot of content that is accessible besides preloaded on free-to-use platforms, it is detrimental to children, right? So I'm always palpitating when my 16-year-old daughter or my son who's now 10 is watching TV. It's free access for tons of things that you want to avoid. But Malhotra ji, आपने बहुत interesting point raise किया. वो actually that was my next question. Is are our regulatory frameworks aligned to consumer consumption habits? PTV का आपने example लिया. Obviously, it's against national security, a lot of content. But are our regulatory frameworks aligned? So I'll start with the extreme right, since you've taken the chair forward. Satya.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's keep it short, but let's debate. I don't want to make it left to right and then right to left. You can speak alternately, and you can disagree also. Akshat, you are the youngest. You have to disagree with a lot of people. Hanji.
So Pankaj, I think Malhotra ji highlighted this up to some level. The challenge is very big for the people who are providing linear TV, and MIB or regulatory should definitely take a serious on this and not do micromanagement for the MSOs. What happens today, because MSOs are regulated, right? Internet is regulated. We'll talk about MSOs. So as a company, there are large MSOs are especially, and I'm not talking about, I'm talking about all the MSOs, are closely monitored, and even up to some level micromanagement is happening. But there are other people, other platforms which are providing any content, whatever content. You can abuse somebody, you can show any kind of content. You talked about your son and daughter, right? You are afraid of always what they are going and they will watch, right? So we are not in a condition today to compete with these people. But only way, Pankaj, I would like to add, like many MSOs, like we as a company, Next Digital, we are doing and we are focusing big way on broadband with one OTT Entertainment Limited, right? Like GTPL is into. There are other players. ACT is into. Citigroup is into this, and KCCL. He gave example. So regulatory is a very serious concern, and I mean, people may take direct. Government may MIB should not take it. It's a feedback because we need support from regulatory authorities to regulate all such contents so that we can also grow rather than because huge people, as you said, so many people are unserved. They are not even having linear content available to them, right? Those are the opportunities we should look at, and regulatory can help a big way.
Sure. Padmaji.
Can I add to this?
Yeah, sorry.
So, when we are talking about the kind of content available, Anilji has mentioned, content available on CTVs today. It's not just CTVs, there are applications that are showing fast channels, which are not even permitted in India at all. They don't have a license to operate in India, but they are being shown to consumers.
Channels.
There are channels, linear
Let's name some
channels.
examples.
So there are so many channels so if you even go to Samsung
PTV
TV,
types.
I'll not say PTV because that is taking it too far for these people. But there are so many other channels which are European, American channels, African channels, which are available in these,
Do not have a license to operate
which
in
do
India.
not have a license from MIB to
terrible,
operate
yeah.
in India. And there are N number of them. It's not that there is a restriction. There are close to about 200 to 250 channels that I know of.
And that is, Samsung is one of them, carrying them.
Samsung is carrying them. There are OTT platforms like Distro TV which are carrying only these, plus a few of the Indian channels also in the fast format, right? Now, the basic issue that we are facing as a linear industry is that there is a lot of regulation on the linear portion, on the delivery of linear services, while anything that is being delivered over the top, over the internet is unregulated. Completely unregulated, and there seems to be no effort to do that. The programming code, advertising code applies on linear, it does not apply on OTT.
Correct.
It does not apply on anything that is going through the internet. The kind of content that is being shown, you rightly pointed out, you have a daughter and son 16 and 10. I'm in a similar situation. I don't know what they're watching. And there is no ways to control it. OTT platforms have been told you have to classify your content, but that's about it. There is no other restriction. So today, if an OTT platform classifies this content as A and only for 18 plus, how do you ensure that your 16-year-old daughter does not watch it?
Yeah.
You are unable to control it because you've given her access to the application. It's up to her what to do with it. So there is a lot of disparity in terms of the regulatory and the licensing regimes which are operational in India for multiple platforms. There is a dire need either, and this is something that we have also taken up with the government as well as the regulator, either let everybody free, which becomes a free for all, let anybody show whatever kind of content, it's up to the consumer, which is what the situation is on the internet. Any content, any type of content can be shown to anybody. Anybody can see it.
Yes.
Either you go that way or you regulate everything.
Yeah, it has to be a level playing
Absolutely.
field.
The other perspective also comes in that on the linear side, Anilji also mentioned that there is pricing and there is other controls that have been built in. Now that's another part that is probably the responsibility of the broadcasters, that the same kind of content being made available on linear, in a linear format, on a time schedule, is much more expensive than the same content plus additional content being put onto OTT platforms that are owned by broadcasters.
Yeah.
Hello.
So, sorry, 1 second. We'll come to you, Akshat. But Yatin again made a very interesting point of digital channels running on OTT platforms. Luckily or fortunately, I have a list. So here, there are some 16 plus OTT platforms today that feature digital TV channels without any bias. But so you've got Distro, Playbox, Aha Video, Airtel Extreme, Epic On, ETV Win, Jio Hotstar, Manorama, OTT Play, Shimaru Sun Next, Tarang Plus, Times Play, Watcho, Waves, Yup TV and Z5. Now they're all carrying digital TV channels, the point that Yatin made, right? So this is a corollary to what you said. But the content goes unregulated, right? But the same thing if you want to carry on your cable network, then it has to be regulated.
So Pankaj, there is another addition to that.
The thing is
There's
that
another addition. Sorry, Padmaji, I'm just complete.
No, you can
So the
argue,
other-
then you get
the other addition
9 o'clock
is-
Arnab effect. So speak.
hello. As far as the regulatory interference is concerned, actually regulatory support was not there for this industry. Even during the NDO times, every action was detrimental to the growth of this industry. But recently, the MIB has initiated for this broadcast service bill. There was a consultation for that, and I think AIDSF has given a very, very good report to the MIB, and it contains all the requirements of this industry, especially controlling, that is to ensure a level playing field, that is between OTT platforms and these linear providers. Definitely the government will consider in their broadcasting bill. And the other important thing is that the support to the local cable operators for their local content.
Very
You know,
important.
there's a platform channels to improve or to support the platform channels, because it is the integral part of this business, because
Very important.
they have more contact with the last mile customers, and also to support the operators for expanding their network as a general purpose network capable of providing all services, not only cable TV but also broadband related services.
Absolutely.
That also the regulation government has taken seriously, and I hope that in the coming when the bill comes, definitely it will be supportive to the industry. That is my
Absolutely.
point.
Part
Akshat
is-
was, sorry.
So the
Yatin,
funny part
after
is,
1 second.
funny part is, there are satellite channels which are regulated and licensed. There are platform services which are regulated and licensed today.
There are you and I which are regulated also. We
Correct.
can't speak beyond a point.
But the point I was making was the fast channels or the channels that are being beamed into India on these connected TVs or any other platforms, they are somewhere in between. But they are not platform services, which are not owned by the platforms themselves. They are not broadcast channels, so they are not falling under the MIB licensing regime. But they are still operational in India without any conditions. That's the funny situation. You've got the broadcasters and the platforms being regulated, but the middle part where there are some people who are just operating without any licenses and are being overlooked. The other part is on the OTT platforms today. The same channels, you mentioned a list of platforms carrying all these channels. The same channels being carried on those platforms which are pay on linear platforms are being carried at dirt cheap prices or free of cost in some cases on such platforms. That is again a very, very difficult situation to cater or to counter by the linear industry.
Fair point. Akshat.
Currently, connected TV is not being reported in any of the softwares like Chrome and Bark. If they start reporting the numbers of TV channels and all of the licensed channel, then I think the government will take it seriously.
Okay, one second. Akshat, you have a meeting with Ria after this because Connected is being reported. So have a chat. I'll share some data. So Connected TV, I'll give you the challenge, Akshat. Again, good point. The problem is not the technology of measurement. The problem is the politics of acceptance. Okay. So recently, a big global brand has done a tie-up with one of India's biggest brand, and there's two power plays happening. But as far as connected TV is concerned, the entire consumption of connected TV is being monitored. If you Google Chrome, if you Google connected TV, and if you Google the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, it's all there. We were there last year, we're still doing it. But there are certain laws preventing certain forms of advertising. That's why we restrict it. But connected TV is happening as we speak. Total connected TV base 94 million. We've got all the numbers going, right? Internet base is at 971 million in India. OTT users are at 628 million, right? And OTT penetration as a percentage of the digital universe is at almost 64%. So everything is moving towards digital. These numbers are all there. Anyone wanted to add to the point before I move to the next question? Yeah, Mr. Malhotra.
You see, technology always precedes regulation. Regulation come only after a technology has been invented. Driving licenses came when cars were invented. Gun laws came when guns were invented. In our country also, cable television started in 91. 95, you got the permission. And the licenses came later on. Similar thing is happening on the digital landscape. So few things which have come with the advent of technology, particularly these fast channels, OTT, either the entire sector should be deregulated, everybody is free to do whatever they want, or they also have to come under some kind of regulation.
Exactly what Nitin said, sir. Level playing field. सबका
Level playing
बराबर होना चाहिए.
सबको बराबर होना चाहिए.
Absolutely.
Now, those who say, who have a model on free dish, actually they are killing the platforms. Because tomorrow, if all the pay channels become free, our friend in the last has a model, because 4 large players exited free dish, allowing them to grow. That's a fact, everybody knows. Now, if all the pay channels become free, will the linear industry survive? Where is the model for free? Is there any business model for free? Because free comes at no expense, no incentive to the platforms. So we have to be very conscious when we are saying certain things are happening, and we need to bring it up as an industry to the government. That look, if you are allowing this to happen, you are not only losing on GST, you are not only losing on your controls. Why uplinking, downlinking was brought in? Because you can't show anything you want. You need permission from Government of India. You can't show a news channel require a net worth, 10 crores of security and all that. But if you allow that in the name of technology to go free on any other platform, कस्टमर के घर में उसको तो एक टेलीविजन पे दिख रहा है, उसको नहीं पता ये OTT है, उसको नहीं पता, मतलब टेक्नोलॉजी में शायद घर में एक मेंबर को पता होगा, बट वुमेन इन द हाउस वोंट नो ये जो पिक्चर आ रही है ये OTT से है, ये लीनियर से है, ये फ्री डिश से है, तो प्लेटफॉर्म न्यूट्रल कंटेंट प्राइसिंग होनी चाहिए.
Very, very important and very sad also, because not only, I mean, not besides the chief wage earner, there are so many people naive. Yeah, look at our parents at home. कोई भी phone कर देता है, bank account number दे दो, OTP दे दो, ये दे दो, and people are getting scammed left, right, and center. ये तो we are very fortunate that we are sitting in the capital of the country at this beautiful gathering with intelligent people that we know so much. But if you go down to rural India, you go down the stratas, people are being taken for a ride every single day across industry. So it's a very sad state of affair, and there has to be a lot of intervention by regulators. And you know, it is nice to say that we should educate the public. Problem kya hai ki there is so much messaging and there is so much content that to reach the person with the right message is very, 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 very difficult. So that will take me to my next question on where we started from, that between linear broadcast and broadband, right? So GTPL has a very strong foothold in both cable TV and in broadband, right? So Yatin, how do you balance the revenues between these two verticals? What is the future? What is the past? What is the present? How are you managing your business at GTPL? And the same holds for you also, Akshat, because you're present on linear and digital, all of you in fact. You are oscillating between the two broad lines. So let's start with Yatin and then let's move to Akshat.
So as far as the two businesses, main lines of businesses, cable and broadband, we are very focused on the cable business. Cable business is of course a B2B business, B2B2C. We have the cable operators who are the partners on the ground, and that's how the cable signals are getting distributed. Yes, there is stress in terms of margins because broadcasters are increasing prices every year without any thought. Even today we are talking about close to about, on an average, about 15 to 20% increase for this financial year, which the broadcasters announced, yet to see what we'll do.
15 to 20% increase in?
In the prices for channels and bouquets, right? So we are yet to see how it will pan out. Every increase that we go with to the consumers, there is a decline, a faster decline in the subscriber base as far as the cable industry is concerned. So if we Last year we went with a minimal increase of about 5 rupees or 10 rupees. We lost a much larger percentage in subscriber base because of that small value increase. And that's the fact. So today, if we go into the market with a 15-20% increase again to the consumers, obviously there is going to be a decline. So every platform today is scared whether we should go back to the consumer with a price hike or not, or do we have the capability of absorbing part of it, putting our own books in under stress. So that's a decision that will be taken over a period of time. As far as the broadband business goes, again, yes, we are a large player. We are growing. That's a primarily B2C business, with some part of it becoming a B2B also. Right? So there are operators, there are ISPs who are now getting connected and asking us to handle the back end while they do the front end servicing of the consumer.
Sure. So does broadband become the obvious choice now, like the primary
I
revenue
wouldn't
model, or
say
there are more
no.
things that you're looking at?
We
I
are
could only
looking
think
at
of
broadband.
cable transmission and broadband. Is there something else as well as a good revenue stream?
So there are multiple associated streams. Now, if you look at us as a brand itself, we changed from just focusing on the cable TV and broadband business, and you've got the logo behind you. We changed it a couple of years back to just say entertain and connect instead of cable TV, broadband, or restricting it. So our objective today is we provide services or offer services to all consumers for anything to do with entertainment, anything to do with connectivity. So whether it's cable TV, whether it's IPTV in the future, whether it's OTT, whether it is any service for entertainment, we are the first ones to launch a cloud gaming platform in India, which is a very it's an upcoming market. You know, the kind of gaming revenues today across the world, they're in billions of dollars.
Yeah.
India is growing. Instead of buying a console, if you have a subscription-based model, which is what we've launched with the partners, it's a future business that we are looking at.
Yes.
Right? So it's all encompassing. We're looking at servicing any kind of requirement that a consumer has as far as entertainment or connectivity is concerned.
Well spoken, Yatin. Before I come to you, Akshat, you are the first ones to do broadband over satellite, right, Satya? If I get it right. So I'll finish with Akshat, but I want you to talk about broadband over satellite. That's something very close to my heart, very interesting. So Akshat, how do you balance your businesses, linear and digital?
So I'll just be like very basic on it. Like TV is not going anywhere in India, and even today,
Till when?
TV penetration is way more than digital penetration. 70% of India still watches like TV, and I don't think so for next 10-15 years it's gonna be changing.
Linear will be for 10-15 years?
Like the forms would be changing. It will change to IPTV or connected TV, but
नहीं मैं बोल रहा हूँ linear broadcast cable and satellite के through.
yeah, it will be there. It will reduce
How
from
long?
70 to like say 50.
How many years, cable and satellite?
Say next 10 to 15 years at least.
God
at
bless
least.
you. Continue. Continue. It's okay.
Yeah, just being optimistic.
Not unless there is a lot of things
No,
done
it's
by
very good. Why not? Why
done
not?
by the
10,
entire
15 years.
industry.
No, नहीं वो ठीक कह रहा है अक्षत. मैं बता देता हूँ क्यों कह रहा है. I give this example multiple number of times as well. कि newspapers have absolutely no relevance. There is nothing that you will get from the newspaper which you did not get last night on the mobile phone. Right? You are cutting trees, there is logistics, like everyone, the front page ad on the leading daily gets about 2 crores for a national print, right? But print is a habit. So अगर वो habit अभी तक चल रही है, because people thought print will go when cable we used to talk about 20 years ago. Same thing if you talk about linear broadcast, it is a habit. It takes a long time to go, but I hope, and I mean it, God bless you if it stays for 10 years, because the way OTT is killing it, I would assume another 5-7 years, but why not 10 years?
Yeah, I think so for like especially older people and all, it's still not easy to use OTT platforms.
Habit.
More like habit, yeah. It's easy to scroll through TV channels.
Correct. It's a complete habit for elderlies. But Samsung example that you gave and a lot of platforms, they've come out with exactly the same remote where you got to channel up and down. So the biggest drawback in OTT was you had to go back, get into an app, then get into the specific content. But now you can scroll up and down, right? So I think people will crack it. There are very smart marketeers and tech guys playing who will ensure that they match the exact cable experience. But I would still say it's going to take, because you're looking at about 160 million homes connected through a cable. To get rid of all those cables, I think it will be a relatively longer time. My friend Satya Prakash Singh, satellite, broadband over satellite. How is that doing?
Okay, so broadband over satellite is at very initial stage, Pankaj, and it will take at least in India, it will take at least 5 to 7 years to.
Is it a monopolistic market or multiple players are on it right now?
No, I think you may have heard the recent news of Airtel, Jio also tying up with. So once we were aware about Airtel, then suddenly news came about Jio also, and both hooked up with Elon Musk, right? So I mean, I'm not challenging, but I'm saying it will take a lot of time in the market like India. It's a huge market, Pankaj, and since you want me to talk about only broadband over satellite, then
Yeah, this session is very regulated. You can't cross that point. No, speak up, it's okay.
The session was basically to talk about how do we penetrate, how do we save our linear business, how do we grow. So a lot of market is still available, and MSOs with broadcaster has to work together very closely, and broadcaster to come forward with content where people are not forced to go or they are getting options to watch content similar like OTT or any what we are talking about non-regulated platforms, right? This is very important, and broadband over satellite will also play a major role in delivering content to the remote areas where even till date fiber is not available. A lot of places we use HITS platform to deliver our content for linear this thing TV, right?
Sure.
So
Sorry, you can continue. Padmaji, you are next after him. Sorry, continue.
right,
Please continue.
so yeah, Pankaj, so broadband over satellite will take a lot of time. Will take. We are today most of the enterprise are opting for this because the cost is not affordable to many, right? The cost of getting bandwidth through satellite and then delivering and upload, download. So we are still talking about kbps when we deliver broadband over satellite. But through fiber, we are delivering 1 Gbps bandwidth to the end users, right? And we have focus, like Jatin says, we have complete focus to take our operators, take our local cable operators along so that they can also survive, make money. Now time is for cable operators to adopt this change, completely come onto the internet and provide a hybrid solution. And these companies like us can only help them, right?
Correct. So I was deliberately asking you this question because you have been at the front of many innovations.
Ji.
And I'm talking about the days of Tony De Silva when we launched, when you guys launched HITS.
Ji.
So satellite over broadband. So these are good initiative projects, but you're right. It takes time for new technologies to evolve.
Yeah, and I think linear TV is also, I mean, with time we keep on evolving, right? So we will definitely, all put together, we will definitely find out a way how do we survive. So I do not agree with Ajay and you that life is for Akshat, sorry.
Akshat.
The life is only 7 to 15 years for linear TV. I see long way. There is a huge market and there will be people because of habits, because of changes and broadcasters we also lose the business, right? So broadcasters will also be working together, hands and gloves to continue their market position.
Well said. Well said. Hanji. Padmaji.
It is your previous question. That is the focus on cable TV and broadband and how you are monetizing these two segments. We are adopting a two-pronged strategy. That is giving equal importance to cable TV and broadband. So we are, one side we are keeping cable TV, we are retaining cable TV connections by giving a better, better service, better products, better pricing, and better TV viewing experience technologies, and we are supporting. And another side, we are focusing mainly on broadband. During 2019, our broadband revenue was below 200 crores, but now it reached 600 crores. Our
That's your
broadband
that's your
division
current revenue?
Current revenue.
It's all declared,
total
right? I
Revenue,
hope.
total revenue, our company, both KCCL and KBBL is reaching 1,000 crore with this year ending. Because it is a great revenue hike for both cable TV and broadband. But broadband achieved a tremendous growth in revenue, which is mainly because of the business model and our operators' initiative in investing on new technology, especially FTTH technology, because we are giving high-speed broadband to last-mile customers. So, recently we have started our own OTT platform. That is another thing. Everybody can come to our stall. We have a stall in here. It is our Key OTT. Our OTT platform name is Key, KEE. That is Kerala Vision Extra Entertainment. So we are really with the technological changes. We are going with the technological changes. We are adopting new technologies. Thereby, we are supporting our cable operators and ensure sustainability in the business. Okay.
Every time I ask you to speak, Padmaji, you always leave me with a smile,
Yeah.
right? You are the only one who's grown. Your
Definitely.
revenues are 600
We-
crores,
we
touching
should be
1,000
positive.
crores.
We should be positive. When the challenges comes, everybody should be positive.
You know, you will be the first person I'll exchange a visiting card with after this session, Padmaji. But you are speaking, you're doing very well.
Yeah.
So that's great to hear. Anyone wants to add? I think if you want to add any point to balancing broadband and the linear broadcast business, how do you see those numbers?
All the things has been already said, but I would like to add that the coexistence between the broadband and the linear TV. Basically, the linear TV will be consumed for the entertainment, and the broadband will be consumed for the other things like work from home and other lot of things to be done through the broadband. Since the ARPU of the broadband and the telecom operators have also increased their ARPU, nowadays it is difficult to consume for anyone sports content or longer content on the broadband because they will have to pay for their OTT applications and also for the broadband cost. So in my opinion that both will be the coexist, and we have to focus on the both things and upgrading the technology like providing through the FTTH. We can offer the both things on the same cables so that we can lower on the maintenance and we can increase our ARPU by giving the multiple services.
But at this point in time, what is the contribution of linear broadcast? That will be the major driver, right?
Yeah.
Majority. And broadband and the rest of the services would be at a small number right now?
Yeah. Penetration of the broadband is still very less than the linear TV because the linear TV, as you already know, that it's a legacy and it's already penetrated very well. So after giving the FTTH, we can have both the options to the customers.
Yes. So this again is for Padmaji and Ajay, aapke liye, since you are more on the regional side, Kerala and Maharashtra. So do community-driven programs, right, or hyper-local content, specifically hyper-local content, are they major monetizing opportunities for both of you? Right?
Yes. Very
That is a
well
short
point
answer,
actually. That is the major point, sticking point or the binding point for the consumer to watch the linear TV because the hyper local thing is very much there, and people like to watch all the things on the local news, and local content is very important, live content, because everybody knows what is happening in the international level, national level, but everybody want to see what is happening around us, around their cities and regions and also there. So the local content is very important. That is the major binding point for the customer to the hook up to the linear TV.
Yeah, that's a good point because hyper-local, things which are next to us we take for granted. I want to ask all of you a very interesting question. Most of you should be from Delhi, right? And how many people have actually been to Akshardham? Most people, anyone been to Akshardham? Many, not most of you, right? There you go, see, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. लेकिन यही लोग जो बॉम्बे जाते हैं हम लोग गेटवे ऑफ इंडिया सब देख के आए होंगे, correct? So anything which is hyper local we tend to ignore. So it's a very good point. You know, everyone is knowing what is happening in all parts of the world, but when it comes to your neighborhood, we really don't know too much. What about Kerala, hyper local?
Kerala Vision has more than 100 local platform channels. We are operating more than 100 platform channels in Kerala, and these channels are operating very viably. That is, they are interacting. They are providing local content, that is local news and local cuisines, local culture. Best content they are providing and retaining the customers, the local customers. And our main objective is to create local content in a global quality and to market it through OTT platforms. That is our main objective. We will explore technologies and support for that.
Very nice. That's the cue for the next one. Tech.
Pankaj,
Sorry, Yatin.
your question also included monetization of this local content or what is being promoted on a local basis. Right now, monetization is not so great. Is not great because
For
whatever
local
we
content.
do, whatever any platform is running as platform services, they are not monitored for viewership, because of which most of the large advertisers stay away. Most of the channels are AVOD, right? They're not subscription driven.
Yeah.
And most of the large advertisers today look at how much is the viewership, what is the ROI that they will get before deciding to advertise on that channel. Now, platform services that are provided by any of the cable platforms are not monitored by BARC. Therefore, there is no rating. Therefore, the advertisers are much, they're much local advertisers that will come in. So, monetization is not so great. Yes, what Padmaji and Ajayji have mentioned, both the larger part of content being created for on a local level, hyper local level, is for attention and stickiness. It's an indirect kind of a monetization, I would say.
Yeah, so it's more of an auxiliary, nice to have, but it cannot be the breadwinner for the family.
No.
But he's got 100 channels, huh, Padmaji? 100.
See,
100
Must
channels.
be making a lot of money there also, huh?
Yeah.
We're recording all of this. Okay. So I'm moving to the next one, which is more a generic question. And I want the youngest in the batch, Akshat, to speak first, right? So what is the role? You can put your thoughts together. Data is something that I'm very passionate about. So the role of tech and data in navigating this challenge, right? Which is the transition, which is the monetization of new age distribution, which is monetizing existing services. So what's the role of tech and data in your business?
I think so. Tech is helping to solve the issue of ease of use currently. And without data, I don't think so any business would survive. We have a huge research team to check out what kind of shows are working, minute to minute ratings, where our shows are working, and we make our shows according to the region where they're performing well, and if in some region if they're not performing well, what are the reasons it's not performing well. So all this data, it's all data driven kind of programming that's helping us, and obviously tech is behind everything. Ease of use and more accurate data is by help of tech.
Yes, very rightly said. The tech and the data is a very important points in both together. So by using the technology and the data, we can use in our call centers to through AI we can directly communicate with the customer, and through AI we can use our data and we can effectively use this technology.
Fair point. So, because I've been finally asked to leave, I was constantly looking at her कि 1 घंटे से ऊपर हो गया, कब बोलोगे जाने के लिए? But just give us 2 more minutes since you pointed the thing. I can't see the next panel, but I'll just throw in some numbers and we'll close at that, all of you. You can comment on that, Padmaji, the 100 crores, 700 crores, 1000 crores, everything.
Data, you are having monetization of data.
Yeah.
So we have adopted on artificial intelligence customer system, customer monitoring system. Definitely the system is helping to get the feedback of the customer choices effectively, and we can chalk out products based on that. It is helping us. Definitely it will help to monetize customers. Our strong base of customers we can effectively monetize with the AI technology.
Absolutely. Thank you for that input. So just quickly to wrap up. So currently total internet users 971 million, OTT users 628 million, OTT penetration to population is at almost 43%, which is a huge number. Almost half of India today has access to OTT. If you look at the total sum of AVOD and SVOD, that adds up to about 354 million, with AVOD being the superset. So everyone has some form of AVOD or the other, and that's the reason why if you move to the linear side, Dangal outscores probably a plus, being completely AVOD. Total revenue on the OTT side comes to about 37,000 crores, with AVOD contributing to 24,000 and SVOD at 14,000 crores. The total linear revenue still leads at 71,000 crores, which is distribution plus advertising put together. So I agree with Akshat on the 7 to 10 years, but I would like to agree with you more since you're saying 15 years. It's a huge, huge market, and the transition from conventional linear to digital is inevitable. What worries me is if digital ke baad kuch aur na aa jaye, where you don't even the net. You imagine and you will what you want to imagine, right? You're trying to embed chips into other brains, but that will make life even more unregulated, right? Because how do you control what people think? So what I learned from this session is what I think everyone has unanimously said, that everything needs to be regulated or everything could be left unregulated as long as there is a level playing field. Thank you all my friends.